Well. Texas hockey fans, we're back. We skipped on Friday. It was a holiday week. I didn't want to record on Friday, but we're back. Texas hockey fans, we are back. The Stars are on a 4-game win streak. They put up a hat trick and then some last night against Ottawa. Dom was in the building up on the ice. We're on a 4-game win streak. Wyatt Johnston, hat trick. Mikko Rantanen sending apples all over the place. Jamie Benn's on a 4-game point streak. Things, vibes, everything is immaculate right now in Texas hockey world. Welcome to Clean Sheet of Ice, your Texas hockey podcast brought to you by Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. We love Zing Zang over here. Zang responsibly all season long. And shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code CSOI when you sign up. Play your first $5 and get $100 in bonus entries. I'm your host and media member, Stone Strenkman, for Clean Sheet of Ice, joined always by Dom Garcia. How we doing, bud?
You know, Thanksgiving was Thursday, and so you sent me a great text. I'm thankful for the Stars fans, but we're coming up on a year of Clean Sheet of Ice. We're getting really close, and the viewership that we've gotten this season and last has been awesome. And anytime I get to go to AAC and have fun, it brings back the kid in me. And the way this team is playing, last year's roster was stacked. This year's roster was different, and pundits everywhere were like, the Stars team, man, it's going to be a little different, but they're still the Dallas Stars. I could make the argument this is the most dangerous team this is the most dangerous roster I've seen on ice in a very long time for the Dallas Stars.
They're a hell of a team. But you said you're thankful for everyone that views and listens to this podcast. I'd agree with that. And I'd be even more thankful if you hit that subscribe button on our new YouTube channel at Clean Sheet of Ice. Once we hit 100 subs, we're giving away a Dutchie hat from Victoria E. Green. It's going to be free. I'll ship it to you if you don't live in Dallas. But if you go to the games, I can just bring it to you right there. I think we were at 95 subs before we started recording. So we need 5 more subscriptions, and it's free. There's no harm and foul in it. It's just giving us a little sub. And then if you want to turn the notification bell so you don't miss an episode, you can do that as well. We're also on Apple, Spotify, everywhere else. So hit that subscribe button. But Dom, you were in the building last night. I was not. We obviously do Zero Gravity, our NBA show for Apollo Media on Sunday nights. So that's kind of a tough night. So I had to miss it. But I knew you were in the building, so you could get all the vibes. The Stars went 6-1 over Ottawa, where last game was a little tough. And they hadn't won in Ottawa in 9 years, I believe, until earlier this season. It opened up with Bork getting that tip-in goal in the second period. There probably could have been a few more goals right after that. But Bork gets the opening goal in the second period, and the floodgates kind of just opened after that. So how were the vibes in the building during the first period where there's no scoring, there's not a lot of shots, and then Borky opens it up?
So for the listeners that don't know, I'm in Houston, and the drive is about 3 hours. So I got to Dallas at around 3. And let me tell you something. These retro jerseys are flying everywhere. Like,
you want to hear something about that? I just read it before we started recording. Elliot Friedman in 32 Thoughts today. The Dallas Stars' third retro jersey is the highest selling jersey in a single day in NHL history for any franchise. They bought more jerseys than any franchise has sold in one day with this Dallas Stars third jersey. And I believe it because there was lines wrapped around on Black Friday, AAC. And then I stood in line for 30 minutes. And then I realized that my size was not my size. And I could have just bought one then and there on Friday night. And I didn't do it. So hand up. That's on me. Hand up accountability. I missed out. But most jerseys sold in NHL franchise history, any franchise's history for a single day of jersey sales. So yeah, they're a big deal.
They were everywhere. You talk about the money that Dallas is making off of these retro jerseys. It's insane. And the energy, like, I think there was somebody in the Dallas media that asked Gully if there was some extra juice from these retro jerseys. And he gave a great answer. And I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah. So on Friday, it was the first time that they've worn these 99s, the modernized version of the reverse retro. It's 3.0 basically. It's 99s. They're back. We talked to the players about it. The players all love the jerseys. They're like, yeah, they're sick. And some of them are just like, yeah, it's a jersey. It's like, doesn't really matter. Like, other guys are different, whatever. But I asked Goalie, because Goalie's big on energy. He mentions energy at least once a press conference, regardless if it's morning skate or post game. He's going to talk about energy. He needs energy. He likes energy. He loves it. He needs it from any way he can get it. And I asked him, what did you think about the energy in the crowd with the retro jerseys. You had them on ice. I think the guys maybe had a little extra jump after that first period with the jerseys on. The crowd was all hyped up. You see him in the crowd, and he's like, we needed that. The energy was great in the building. The fans love them. We love them. The guys love them. Like, we're sitting out there. We're like, we can really use this energy right now. So Glenn obviously loves the jerseys, but big on energy. It's very funny.
Dude, it was unbelievable. And like Ottawa, it's a team that's going to come up and hit you. And we saw that in the first period. Essa Lindell was throwing bodies out there like I've never seen him do. It was insane. They go on the power play. Not a single shot comes to DeSmith in the first two power plays. I mean, it was on from a defensive standpoint. And then you wear down an Ottawa team, and Dallas just does what Dallas does. It's inevitable.
Yeah, I think with the PK, I know everyone's been a little bit worried about it this year, and it's been a little wonky. With Essa Lindell, I believe Miro Heiskanen, Colin Blackwell, and Sam Steele on the ice, those four guys have only allowed one power play goal this year on the kill. So you just throw those four guys out there. If they can survive 2 minutes, you love that all day long. But if they're having to chase the puck and get around, you got to get those guys off and get some fresh legs out there. So that PK is coming together. They're going to figure it out. Oscar Beck is back. He's been playing really well. He's been awesome in the defensive zone and the forecheck, and he knows exactly what his role is. So I think the PK is coming together. I'm not worried about it. The power play is just the best in the game right now. It's automatic. It's insane. Jason Robertson, another heater. He's had one game where he hasn't scored a goal in how many weeks at this point? It's insane.
Like, I think he's on pace. I think he's on pace for like 108 points.
Yeah, he's at 16 goals now on the season, whereas 2 weeks ago we were talking about it. We're like, Robo's going to get going here. It's going to happen. He's at 3 goals. He's going to start getting going. 16 goals now. Pretty good, if you ask me.
Like, my brother like turns over to me after that goal, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, the speed that the puck flies off of his stick. It's impossible for a goalie to defend." And he puts it right in the corner.
Someone called that a beer league goal last night on Twitter, because like all the defenders just kind of let him go where he wanted to go. Like there was no pressure at all. And Robo was just like, you're going to, okay, yeah, I'll take the open ice. That's fine. I'll just send it top right shelf. Like no problem here. I'll take this all, Mark. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye. That's all it was. It's crazy. Man. Yeah, Robo Heater continues. I'm just going to keep tweeting Robo Heater. Like, I'm not going to have to put any context on it. I'm just going to put a picture of Robo and say Robo Heater, # Texas Hockey on Twitter, and everyone will know what happened. Wyatt Johnston, though, was the story last night. 3 goals, hat trick for the kid. It was just easy at the end of the day. He sent 1 5-hole. He had a top shelf. He just kind of just did everything, and he had the one-timers from the slot. Like, he had 2 one-timers from the slot, and then he had a 5-hole goal on the power play. Like, he's just a power play merchant at this point. He's got 12 power play goals in the NHL. No other player has more than 7, so he has 5 more than the next guy on power play goals. He's on pace for, I think, 27 power play goals this season, which would be second in NHL history only to Leon Draisaitl, who scored 32 just a couple years ago. So, yeah, Wyatt Johnston, good at hockey, turns out. 3 goals last night, power play merchant, don't care. I think he's got 12 on the power play, 16 total. So him and Robo are tied for the lead in team goals this year.
Yeah, no, Wyatt Johnston has 4 hat tricks, I think, in his career, in his young career. He's only 22 years old.
Yeah.
I've been in the building for 2 of them. Like, I don't know what happens. I think the last 5 Stars games I've been to, he scored in all 5 games. I don't know what I don't know what it is. He just, maybe it's just, the guy is unbelievable at hockey, and he's doing this on a nightly basis. And I don't know, maybe there's a Canadian team that could use him for the Olympics. Maybe. Not my decision, not my call, but I would love to see it. And somebody threw a bra onto the ice.
Oh,
when he scored a hat trick.
Yeah.
It was just insane. Like, it was insane. The whole arena knew when we got on that last power play, like, that first unit goes out there. Wyatt's getting the puck, and he's scoring. Like, it's inevitable, man. Like, to score that many goals on the power play is nuts, because the other team knows who's getting the puck, and he's scoring. And shout out to Savannah, because I want to say it was a week ago, she noticed that Mikko and Wyatt have been one of the best pairings in the NHL. And last year, we loved our first line, but the pairing of Rupe and Robo has been excellent, and it's so hard to defend those guys. And then you come back with Miko and Wyatt, the way they're continuously passing together, like it's insane. It's just too much skill.
Yeah, we talked to them after the Utah game, which we'll talk about in a second, about the power play. Because the power play, I think they went 2 for 4 against Utah. They were really good, and it just looked clean and crispy, and the passes were getting to slots. And if they weren't, they were just getting tipped right at the last second, and it was going to be a goal regardless. So we asked them about the power play, the chemistry, kind of like what's it like. I mean, you've got one of the best power plays in the league. It's either first or second, depending on the night, and they're like, yeah, I think we just kind of know where everybody wants to go and where everybody kind of wants the puck and what their best shots are. And obviously finding Johnny around the net in any way, shape, or form. He's got some of the best hands in the league. Like, he's just going to score if we can get him a clean puck at the net, because against Utah, he's on the left side of the net. He goes top shelf, short side on the goalie's face. Like, just a crazy, weird shot. We've seen it top shelf right side up against the goalie on a power play with no stick against Minnesota earlier this season. Like, and then last night, you have the 2 in the slot. I mean, which has been just automatic for him. If he doesn't get it the first time, he's getting it the second time. He got 2 of them last night in the slot where the puck just finds him. And it's just a little one-timer. It's not even a big clapping shot. Like, it's quick, it's fast, but it's not like anything crazy. He's just in the right spot at the right time. And it's easy for him, because I know you said Wyatt and Miko are, it's a great pairing, and everyone's like, we need a really elite left winger to put on that line. May I interest you in a little Mr. Jamie Benn on the top line at left wing, because 4-game point streak so far, another goal last night. Jamie looks good, looks a little rejuvenized, kind of what we saw with Wyatt 2 years ago when he got on that line with Wyatt, and we're like, Jamie's got some jump when he plays with the kids. Like, this is fun. He's with Wyatt again, but now Mikko Rantanen's on the other side, and we'll talk about him in a sec. But Jamie's on a 4-game point streak. He's doing all the right things. He's getting high danger shots, and it's a big credit to Mikko and Wyatt just being the most dangerous guys on the ice at any moment in time.
Yeah, and this was the closest I've ever been to the ice. I was in row B.
It was
like,
crazy.
Right next to Ottawa's bench, and Jamie looked pretty fast. That
Not
close.
bad.
So did Casey. Casey's really quick from post to
Mm-hmm.
post, and you don't really notice that when you're like far away. But pre-game, Jamie's child was there in the arena, I think, for the first time.
I believe so.
It was really cool to see the team kind of go over and see him, and that definitely brought Jamie some extra juice, and the aura that these guys play with when they wear that retro jersey. It's just too much to handle for opposing teams.
Look, I saw him when I was walking into the arena on Fans, and I'm like, yeah, that'll do. That's an elite jersey. And then I'm up in the press box, so you're seeing it from eye level. Like, you're on the ice, you're second row, you can see it that close. I'm from the press box, and I'm like, these are the best jerseys in the league. From the press box, I'm like, I can see everything. I can see all the design. I can see the numbers, which was a problem with the blackouts I talked about last year. These jerseys are incredible, and there's a reason that they sold more than anyone else in the NHL history for a single day jersey release. Like, everyone's saying who's got the best thirds. I know the Blackhawks just came out with a black jersey, which is just a throwback jersey that they've worn in the past with those really good teams with Kane and Taves and all those guys. Good jersey. Great jersey even. I like that one. People are talking about the Canucks black jersey. It's fine. It's cool. I think it's different. I like it, but not great. You talk about Pittsburgh's third jersey, the mustard yellow with no design on it. It's not bad. I like it. This jersey is just phenomenal. And if they're going to win every game in it, you could just chalk up 12 W's. That's it, because they're wearing it 12 times. And then, hey, if we get to the playoffs and the boys are like, hey, we're wearing this third jersey for home ice, fire me up, boys. Fire me up. 99s through the cup run. I need it more than I need air. I don't know if the owner will allow it, or Jim Nill, or whoever, but if the boys demand it and they just like, hey, we got to wear the 99s at home for the playoffs, we just have to do it. I don't know if you can argue with them. How can you argue with them?
And Stars fans, I was able to talk to a few people in the hangar. The jerseys, they're asking fans, like, whenever they buy one, if there's a second player that they like most, because Rantanen jerseys are impossible to find.
Yep.
So they know, like, Rantanen jerseys will be in the hangar soon. But they were telling me that Heiskanen jerseys are very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Robo jerseys were pretty hard to find in my size. And Andre jerseys, they're like, that's their number one priority, is because the Andre jerseys have been flying. Like, they get as much as they can in, but they go out immediately. By the second period, all that was left really of like sizes that weren't gigantic were like the blanks, which the
Yeah,
blanks were selling good too. So like this, I mean, I love Minnesota's retro jersey.
that
The
one's a great one
Nordiques
too.
jersey was nice to see, but I don't even think
Not
I'm
their
being biased.
franchise. They don't claim them.
Absolutely,
They don't claim them,
absolutely.
so you can't wear those jerseys. That's their rule.
But I don't even think I'm being biased. This is the best jersey in hockey right now.
It's incredible. Another point from the game last night was Miko had 3 assists. He has eyes in the back of his ears. Like, he's incredible. He just finds everybody. He looks like the best. I said it in one of our group texts. I said that Miko Rantanen might be the best player to ever suit up for the Dallas Stars franchise, just like the best hockey player. And it's obviously Modano right now. Like, Modano's the best, but at the end of the day, Miko, if he wins a cup, he might be the best one of all time. And then Casey played a really good game. Obviously, that one goal that he allowed that just hits a stick, he lifted it at the last second, is tough for him. I know it's one that he wants back, but only one goal allowed. And then Liam Bichel, we saw him get tied up with Zetterlund, I believe, and they clicked skates, and it was really weird. And I think the toe of Liam's skate caught the ice and just twisted his ankle really badly. And it was an ankle that he broke back in 2023. So not sure the injury update there of what's going to happen, but I hope it's okay. I hope it's fine, and it's only a few weeks, or maybe it's a month or whatever, and he's back, and maybe it was just a twist and not a break. If it's a break, then it's at least 8 weeks, and we'll have to wait and see. I just have no idea what it is. So tough to see Liam go out, especially in that win when you're up, I don't know, at the time, 4-1, 5-1 at that time. So
Yeah,
tough injury for the kid. I hate it.
yeah. I hate it too. I mean, when it happened, everybody went silent. The way he was grimacing was that of a really, really tough injury, and so everybody got a
Mhm.
scare. I think goalie said post game to somebody in the media, like, "We'll reevaluate it, and we're just hopeful that it's not as bad as we initially thought." Sucks because man, we've really missed Nil. I've missed watching Nils play. I hope he comes back soon. Harley, same thing. Although Miro has looked great on that power play in replacement of Harley, but still, with all these injuries, still getting points is pretty impressive to me.
Yeah, I think just how injured they are. It's the second best record, I believe, in Dallas Stars' first 25 games history. Second best, I believe, only to the 99 team that won the President's Trophy and won the Cup and all the things. So um, it's this team is just incredible. You lose Labushkin, you lose Harley, you lose Nils early on, you lose Liam Bichel now. You're calling up Capobianco, you're calling up Petro's playing a lot.
Yeah.
You're playing Kolyachonok now, who we didn't know was ever going to play in the NHL for the Stars unless there were injuries. He's already up in November. He's going to be playing for probably the foreseeable future until Harley and Bichel can come back, or Nils. And then you're missing Matt Duchene, who's a point per game player. You missed Jamie Benn for a little over a month to start the season. Like, this team has been so incredibly injured. I believe 98 man games have been missed by players for the Stars this season, and they're second in the NHL in points, only behind the Colorado Avalanche, who are on a record pace right now that we've only seen from like the Boston Bruins recently, that won the President's Trophy and set the record for points. Colorado's on that pace right now, and the Stars are one of the most injured teams in the NHL, and they're second in points in the NHL. It's incredible.
I mean, to start the year, you and me both, we were like, we're winning games, but this is not Texas. This is not Texas hockey. Like, this is not our best form. I don't think you can make that statement anymore. These past 5 games, it's looking like the Dallas Stars we know and love.
Yeah, they're incredible. What are they? 17, 5-4. Like, they're just a really well-rounded team, and something that we didn't see last year with DeBoer. Like, when those guys went out, you could see the struggles. And we saw the first 10, 15 games of the season. We're like, it doesn't look pretty, but they're getting wins. It's okay. Like, we had that 1 4-game skid, and after that, it's been fine. They went on a 7-game point streak at one point. We're like, okay, yeah, they've got points in 18 out of the last 20. It's hard to just say that this team isn't good. If anyone out there is looking at the Mikko Rantanen suspension and the hits and the way that they don't score a crap ton of goals every night, just like Colorado does, and they're not blanking people night in and night out, this team's really good, and they're really injured right now. Like, if you just inserted Thomas Harley and Matt Duchene into this lineup, you just inserted 2 All-Stars, point per game player, a Norris Trophy candidate guy into your lineup, and you're still missing Nils and now Bichel, and you're playing 2 AHL guys, if not 3 at the time. And then just like Jamie Benn's 36, Tyler Seguin's older, like Matt Duchene's a little bit older. You're just inserting these guys, and it's like an all-star team. It's one of the best constructed teams that we have in sports today, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, and you've talked to Matt Duchene personally, so you know him on a little bit better level than most people do. It's probably killing him. He can't be out there with the boys right now. Like the amount of fun these guys are having, the freeness at which they're playing hockey, it's probably tough for him to stay at home.
Yeah, it's probably eating him up alive. I know he put it up an Instagram on Thanksgiving saying like how this journey's been tough and hard for him, but we're hoping Dutchy gets back soon. If you want a Dutchy hat that I'm wearing right now, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already on Clean Sheet of Ice on YouTube, once we hit 100 subscribers, we're giving away one of these hats. I'll put everyone in a team wheel, and hopefully on Friday, if we already hit 100 subscribers, I can put that together. We spend it on Friday, put it out. You win one of these hats from Victoria E. Green. Shout out to her for making these awesome hats. Before we move on to the rest of Thanksgiving week, we're working backwards. So we started with Ottawa. We're going to go to Utah. We're going to go to Seattle, and then we're going to preview. We're going to go from revert back forwards and talk about the Rangers game on Tuesday night. Before I talk to you about all of that, though, I want to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. It is NFL season. It's football season. It's in full swing. We got college football conference championships this week as well. So if you want to get in on the action with Underdog Fantasy, use promo code CSOY when you sign up. Play your first $5, get $100 in bonus entries using our promo code CSOY. If I'm on Underdog today and I'm looking at all the stats for tomorrow's game where the Rangers and the Stars are playing, it's going to be Jake and net. So I'm going to hit the higher than on shots on net for Jake. I'm going to hit higher than on saves for Jake. I'm going to hit higher than on points for Wyatt Johnston and Robo. And then I'm just going to pair those 3 picks with another pick from a different team, and I can win up to 5,000 times my money. 5,000 times your money on Underdog Fantasy using promo code CSOY when you sign up. Download the app today and sign up with promo code CSOY to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code CSOY. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPEline at 1-877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. Underdog Fantasy, thank you for sponsoring this episode. Use promo code CSOY when you sign up. Play your first $5 and get $100 in bonus entries. I don't think I've ever talked that fast. That was
getting better. You're getting better.
I'm getting pretty close. I might be able to memorize that disclaimer.
I could never.
Dom can't even read. Crazy. So working backwards, obviously the Stars have won 4 in a row now. It started with that Edmonton game that we have already talked about, and they won in Seattle. But before we get to that, Black Friday, the first time that they were in the retro jerseys, the juice was in the building. Obviously, it looked like the boys were a little tired. They didn't get in on Thanksgiving until 4 p.m. leaving from Seattle. They got in at 4 p.m. on Thanksgiving. So not a restful day, not a restful 2 days really from when the Seattle game happened. And they went down 2-0 early. And I jokingly tweeted out, the Stars got them right where they want them. They're down 2-0. It's going to be fine. And I did not believe it in any way, shape, or form because I was like, they didn't look good. They looked a little flat, which was disappointing because they're in the 99 jerseys. And you're like, damn, I really wanted to win this one. It's the 99s. It's the debut. You got to win this one. Didn't take long. Robo heater continues. I think that was his 15th goal. Or Rope's heater actually continues. I think he scored in like 5-6 games now in a row. I don't know how many games in a row now. It feels like a lot. But Rope scores, Jamie scored, Robo scored, and then Wyatt power play goal at the end to win it 4-3. Obviously, Jake didn't. He had one goal where I was like, that's kind of tough. They got scored on with under a minute into the first period of the game, so it was a tough start for the guys. But he still scored 4 goals. He made the comeback. Utah was really physical. I don't know if you saw it on TV, but Esa Lindell, you mentioned him last night when you're at the game, how physical he is and getting angry and stuff like that. That Utah game, guys were throwing punches at Esa in the scrums and everything, and Esa would just start taking his stick and shoving it into their neck, just cross-checking the hell out of him. I was like, all right, Esa, let's get dirty. Let's get down and dirty. If they're going to treat you like that, you treat him however you want, because it's Esa Lindell. He's the smiling Finn. Like, he's our little sunshine. And if you're going to mess with Esa, Esa's allowed to do whatever he wants. So I did notice that on Black Friday as well.
Yeah. Utah came out exactly like I expected them to come out. They have some speed on their team. and it's fun to watch. Like I will casually put on a Utah game if the Stars are not on the schedule. And also they were dealing with I believe Clayton Keller's father had passed away. If it wasn't the night before, it was that day.
Yeah, I think it was the night before on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So, there was some emotion coming out of that Utah bench. And you tweeted it out, but I think every Stars fan was like, if we could just get to one, I think that's when that's when the rush is inevitable for Dallas. And you give Dallas any momentum, they take it. And that's exactly what happened. When you get Rupe going, it sets off a trigger for everybody else. I noticed this last night, but also in this Utah game. I will bang this drum of Sam Steele on the first line all
Good dog.
season long. He gets set up. He gets sets up so many people for high danger chances. And who would you not want in high danger chances than Mikko Rantanen or Rupe Hintz? So Sam Steele, man, continue to play your ass off. He skates so low to the ground. It's impressive to see how he just wins every 50-50 puck. And you go down and this Dallas team just does not waver. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It's insane.
Yeah, you mentioned Rope. He got that tip-in goal from Mikko Rantanen. Miro sends it back up to the point where Mikko was sitting. I believe it was on the power play, and Mikko just one-timed it, slap shot towards the net, and Rope just has a perfect screen on the goal. He tips it in. First goal of the game, and you're like, all right, it's 2-1. We're fine. Everything's fine now. Like, I feel so comfortable at 2-1 as opposed to 2-0. And even at 2-0, I was like, you know what? There's a lot of time left. It's going to be all right. They talked post game though. Sam mentioned it a bunch of times to the guys. Is like, hey, earlier in the season, it seems like you always talked about you haven't played a full 60 minutes, or you couldn't get out of your own way at some points, and you couldn't snap out of little ruts in the games and all that kind of stuff. And all the guys were like, yeah, it feels like if we have that 5-10 minute stretch, that's it for the rest of the game. That's the only stretch of the game that it won't be good hockey from the Stars. And if we come out losing because we lost those 5 to 10 minutes, it is what it is, but we're able to snap out of it a lot quicker and get to our spots and make sure that we get that bounce back goal pretty quickly, as opposed to taking a full 20 minutes or 35 minutes to get back to that back end of the game like they did in Calgary. Like, that was kind of a rough game. You go down 2-0 and you're down until the third period 2-0, and you somehow claw back and you get it to a shootout and you had a chance to win it. So this team doesn't stay down for long, and if they do get down, they're going to be just fine. So that was a testament to that Utah team. That Utah team's good. They're fast. They're young. They do a lot of things that the Stars aren't really good at necessarily, and the Stars did a lot of things that Utah wasn't good at as well. They couldn't stay out of the box. It was a lot of physicality in that game, because I noticed in the game the Stars only had 2 hits in that game in the first period. I was like, yeah, they're tired. It's Thanksgiving. It is what it is. You just did a 4-game road trip. You did back-to-back. You're playing 3 and 4 days. Like, it was a tough thing. And I was like, you know what? If they lose this game, it is what it is. And they just didn't, because Rope, Jamie Ben scores, Strobo scores, and then Wyatt scores. You get 4 goals from 4 guys. So,
dude, you were there. The Robo goal, it erupted that arena like a playoff atmosphere. It was stupid.
Yeah, that because you had tied the game, and I believe, I can't remember if you went down again, or maybe the Robo goal took the lead, and then Utah came back and tied it, and then the Wyatt goal scores the power play.
That's it.
So, yeah, it's been a long week. Man, it's Thanksgiving. There's a lot going on, but yeah, the Robo goal was just loud, and it's Robo, man. He's just gonna score every game, and if that just keeps happening, you have to give him $15 million. That's the rule. If you give him $15 million because he scores every game, you eat that cost, because he's just going to score every game. Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
Offensively, he's like prime Klay Thompson, just lighting it up. He's prime Klay Thompson, and my brother made this comparison for Mikko, because we knew he's big, but when you see him from 10 feet away from you, you're like, Jesus Christ. This is like Dirk Nowitzki on skates.
Someone called him Luka on Twitter last night. The way that he's like capable of scoring each and every possession, but he likes to pass the ball a little bit.
Dude,
Same thing with Mikko. I kind of like Luka. We lost Luka.
I like Luka. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's something that we could look at. Luka, not the fastest, not the biggest, not the most physical, none of that. And Mikko's kind of the same thing. He's not the fastest. He's definitely the biggest, but outside of that, like, he's just one of the most skilled guys that we've seen in a Stars uniform. And I know. I'm a Mavs fan. We went through the Luka loss last year, but a month later we got Miko Rantanen, and I was like, "Welcome back, Luka Doncic." So,
When he enters the offensive zone, I see defenders like, "Shit, I have no idea how to play this. He's too big." Like if I go up in front of him, like I'm gonna eat something bad. If I sag, he's gonna make a brilliant pass, or he's gonna dangle past me. Like I don't know how to defend it.
no, he can do that little patented 180 stop and go thing, come back up to the top of the ice and send it over to Miro to get the play started, or he can do his full 360 backhand shot that we saw a few weeks ago on Brock Besser, or he could just come in and charge and dart to the left and get a nasty wrister off top shelf down like we saw in Colorado last year, or he could just wrap it around the net in game 7 like he did and just get it off a defender's skate and do an open net. Like he can just score in any way, shape, or form that he wants, but he's also just like, hey, I'll just go down towards the boards behind the net, and Wyatt, you just go to your spot, or Jamie, you just go to your spot. I got you. Don't even think about it. Just find a little bit of open ice to put your stick on the ground, and I'll get it to that point. All you got to do is just shoot. It's probably an open net, and that's what keeps happening. Like what Razor said earlier in the season, he's like, Miko's got eyes in the back of his ears when he's making these passes, and it does feel like that because he doesn't look half the time. He's just counting on those guys to be in the right position, and they're all being in the right position right now. 3 apples last night, and then he was really good on Black Friday as well against
Unreal.
Utah. So
Like worth every penny of that contract.
underpaid, best contract in hockey. Him and Wyatt Johnston together. I don't know. It's like $20.4 million this year or every year for the next 5 years. Like underpaid, underpaid for those two guys. They're incredible. So they went on Black Friday. We'll move back to Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They're still on the road. Last game of a 4-game road trip. Obviously, you're coming off an 8-3 win against Edmonton. You're looking at this game. You're like, all right, if they don't win this one, it is what it is. You've already gotten almost all but 1 point heading into this game. They don't look that good. It's 1-1 in the first period, and then I believe it's 2-2 in the second period. The Stars ended up getting that third goal in the third period, and I don't even remember who scored it. It's been a long week. I can't remember, but they win 3-2. Didn't even really watch this game. Family was in town. I was trying to keep up with it, but wasn't able to. But yeah, big win against Seattle. Mush was in the building, obviously talking to Jake before. So that was a fun little reunion, but ending the road trip with only 1 point missing, which was a massive get for them.
Yeah. I have on my notes, I don't have who scored that last goal. I just have Sagan and Capo Bianco as the apples. So regardless, like every line is contributing in every single game for Dallas. And this is like, God, every line's playing such great chemistry and they're playing such great team hockey. And DeSmith, man, I watched him last night, but in this game, in the Seattle game, you're always going to have that one like leaky DeSmith goal at the beginning, but then he just locks in and just turns into a wall in front of that net. And RD has been doing better and better and better at limiting the shots to get to Casey. And when you do that, and then Casey really shines in the third period, it bodes well for our team.
Yeah.
And pretty fun to see Marchman out there. It's always nice seeing, an Otter and Marchman
little reunion. Yeah.
But no, like I've been listening to other podcasts of teams that like have Dallas on the schedule, and they're like, listen, I know Colorado's getting the shine right now, and rightfully so. But every time Colorado wins, it seems like Dallas finds points. And this is going to be one hell of a playoff series down the road, like it is every single year. But like Dallas, just you're not going to find an off night against Dallas. You hope for it. It just hasn't been happening in the last 20 games of the season.
And they are having off nights. They go down 2-0 and they can't score until the third period, and all of a sudden it's going into overtime. And you're just like, look, if we get a win here, we stole it. If we didn't get a win, we earned our point. We get out of here and we took a point. Like, we're happy with that. 18 of their last 20, they have a point. They're up to New York later this week, and it was Vladislav Kolyachonok that scored that game-winning goal against Seattle, by the way.
Okay.
Vladdy got it in there. So I kind of like him. He's a little spunky. He's got some speed, and he plays well with the puck. He had some offensive zone pressure, kind of like Nils does. It's kind of a similar vibe with Vladdy. So I like Vladdy. Vladdy Coley. That's what we're going to call him. Yeah, Kolyachonok. So Yeah, game-winning goal in Seattle. Obviously, the big news there was that they hadn't met Mush's son or baby. I don't remember if it's a son or a girl. My bad. Hand up. But the boys went over to Mush's house after the game, got to meet the baby for the first time, spent a little time with them before flying back the next morning on Thanksgiving. So that was cool. Little reunion there. Also, shout out to Mush for destroying Darnell Nurse the other night with a blindside hit.
Yeah.
Getting one back for Rope. Obviously, Mush is no longer on this team. Mason Marchment plays for Seattle, and it is what it is. But getting Darnell Nurse a little get back and then not fighting him afterwards, which was absolutely hilarious and kind of a cowardly move. But it's everything I love about Mush is like that's what he's just gonna do. He's like, I'm gonna do something so absurd that you have to fight me that I will not fight you and I will just walk away. So shout out to Mush for getting that get back on Rope.
Yeah, no, and like you watch the video, it's like it's so obvious. What was it?
So
There were no words that had to be said there. We all knew what that was about.
Yeah. Yeah, that was perfect. So shout out to Mush for that one. Before we get to the Rangers game, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We need 100 subs. We're giving away this Dutchy hat from Victoria E. Green. Hit the subscribe button. We're going to be back on our Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule this week. So we're back to normal. We got some road trips. We'll have a happy hour. I don't know if we're going to do Tuesday or Wednesday yet, but we will do a happy hour for one of these road games at 5 p.m. an hour before puck drop. So early games this week. So that's going to be fun. Tuesday at Madison Square Garden, the Garden. I've watched a game there. It's a magnificent arena for both basketball and hockey. I got to watch a Rangers game back in 2019 up there at the very, very, very top of MSG. Had a great time. Rangers previews and predictions. I would assume we're going to see Jake and Net and then Casey on the next day, either in Long Island or New Jersey. I can't remember where we're playing. So who you got in this Rangers game?
You got to ride the hot hand, and the second hottest hand in all the league is the Dallas Stars. So I'm taking listen, we're seeing like 4 goals, 6 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals,
8 goals,
8 goals. Like Wyatt Johnston might just have a goal like the next 5-6 games. I don't know. I would love it. So the way this D is playing, and particularly if you can have the power, the PK like it is right now, I think Bishop's going to hurt not being there. We're extremely thin on our blue line. Lyubushkin, I don't know what it is about him and Oscar Beck, but those graphs of like player productivity hate those two players.
100%.
They look fine on the ice to me. Lyubushkin was doing his thing. A lot of fans were happy to see him there. Like, I don't know, but I think it's going to be a really close game.
The good news is that it's at MSG and the Rangers suck at home.
Yeah. So I'm going 5-3 Dallas.
Okay.
Too much of a heater for Robo and Wyatt. And if you get Rupe going, good luck.
Yeah. I like 5-3. I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. I'm calling a Jake really good game 3-1. Not going to score as much, but we're only going to allow 1 goal. It's going to be a late one. Kind of have that shutout in the second period. Maybe it's late second period, early third period, and then you're just cruising from there on. I think you only get 3. I think you're going to try to save up a little bit for that back-to-back. Obviously, you don't have that extra defenseman right now. We're going to have to see what they do cap-wise if someone goes on LTIR, whether it's Harley or Bishop or someone else, so you can free up a little bit of cap so you can call up an extra guy because now you're up to 3 AHL guys. I know Petro made the team right off the bat, but kind of still classify him as that. He's a very much NHL everydayer. Bianco, sorry, not Bianco. That's something I got to learn. Josh Bogorod for Victory Plus, he does all the names, and I think he asked them all directly. It's Capobianco, not Bianco, even though it looks Italian and you want to say Bianco. So Capobianco, he's proving that he's just kind of an NHL guy now. Yeah. He's got good skates. He's got good feet, good stick work. He's fun in the offensive zone, and he's kind of responsible in the defensive zone. So he's been really good. And I thought Kolyachonok's kind of started to come into his own. Obviously, that goal against Seattle was really fun, and he's been playing really well. So you've got guys that are filling in these roles, but you got to have that extra guy just in case someone goes down. So I don't know what they're going to do cap room wise, but yeah, I think we get 3-1 against the Rangers, and then you go into New Jersey the next day, so it's not a big travel day. I think they could just take a train or a bus or something over there. I don't know what they do, but Yeah, another road trip before they're back home on Friday, and then it'll be a fun one against the Sharks, I think, is who's coming to town. So that's going to be Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini. That's a really good one for the home crowd, and then you get Sidney Crosby on Sunday. So it's a big week for the Stars. I think we're both taking them. They're just on a heater of all heaters. 18 of their last 20, they've gotten points in. They're on a 4-game win streak right now. They're just really, really, really good, and that's really fun to see. So I'm excited.
The Dallas Stars have had a history of really good hockey for the past 20 years. And this is one of it's crazy to think about.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best team in the Metroplex by a long shot. It's like not even close. I know the Mavericks that's the one thing I got. Rangers Nation, when they started their new ventures with Mavs and Cowboys, I was like not covering the best team in the Metro, by far and away the best team in the Metroplex seems kind of silly to me. And I was very much right. A lot of people favorited it, but then a lot of people were commenting, they're like, they're not the best team in the Metroplex. And I was like, okay, well, it's been 2 years since the Rangers have made the playoffs. They won a title. I get that. Whatever. The Mavs went to the finals in 2024 and went to the Western Conference Finals in 22. So like that's 2 really good runs. They've been to the Western Conference Finals 3 years in a row. They went to the Cup final at the beginning of this decade. Like, I don't know what else everyone wants to see from this team. This team's really good. Just watch them. They're great. I know everyone that listens to this podcast or watches us on YouTube, they understand how good this team is. Spread the word. Get it out to all your Dallas friends, the DFW friends. Like, everyone in Texas just needs to watch this hockey team because once you do, you get hooked. It's immediate. I was talking to somebody over the holidays, and they're like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't watch the hockey game. And I was like, oh, I think I get it now. Like, I understand. I was talking to Kenny with Apollo. He's like, started watching the playoffs last year. Like, me and Dex were at the office and no one was there. We weren't doing content or anything. And we just turned on the Stars game in the middle of like NBA playoffs. And we just watched the Stars. And we're like, what are we doing? Like, Houston boys, not hockey guys. Like, they watched and they're like, yeah, I think I'm hooked. So, this team's really good. They're going to be really good for a while. And I'm just excited to see where the season takes us. I know it's December 1st. So we don't even know what this team's going to look like in April. Like, this team could make some trades. This team could be even better in April. Like,
yeah,
it's a great team. It's a great problem to have. It's a great problem to have too many good players on their team.
You say best team in the Metroplex. When healthy, it might be the best team in Texas. Like,
I mean, who goes up against that?
Like
the Astros, who didn't make the playoffs this year?
Nah.
No, the Texans, who haven't won a playoff game. Like, they've won one playoff game.
Nah.
It's not the Rockets haven't won a playoff series yet. They probably will this year. Maybe. We'll see. It's the Rockets. It's San Antonio Spurs. Like, it's no one in the Metroplex. I'll tell you that right now. It's just not.
Yeah, the Stars are the best team in Texas. That's crazy.
Like, Texas Tech football right now, are they in the running? Like, that's the best team right now in Texas college football.
Okay,
right? Them and A&M.
Let's win a college playoff game first before.
Yeah, them and A&M. Those are the 2 that are up against the Stars right now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team's really good. But we're back on our Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. We're giving away one of these hats, the Dutchie hats from Victoria E. Green. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we'll give that away hopefully on Friday. Even if we hit the subscriber count on Wednesday, I want to make sure that we do the giveaway correctly. So you're going to have to comment on Wednesday's episode if we hit 100 subscribers before Wednesday's episode is out. You're going to have to do a comment on that one and also hit subscribe. So it's not going to go to all 100 subscribers. You got to make sure you hit that comment on that Wednesday episode if we hit 100 before then. If not, we'll do it on Friday's episode, give it out on Monday. Hit that subscribe button on Apple, Spotify, wherever. We got video on Spotify as well. Maybe we'll do some merch later this year. I haven't figured that out. Maybe not this year, but in 2026, once that starts, I got to figure that out. I got to figure out what we want to do and how we want to get it out. And we'll just figure that out. So if you want merch, just comment on this episode and let us know if you want merch. Yeah, that's it for show notes. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll be back on Wednesday, me and Dom, with another episode. Clean Sheet Advice, Texas Hockey Podcast, brought to you by Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary Mix. We love Zing Zang. Zang responsibly all season long, and shout out to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this episode. Use promo code CSOY when you sign up. Play your first $5. Get $100 in bonus entries when you sign up using our promo code CSOY. Texas Hockey fans, it's a really good run right now. Just enjoy it. Have some fun. And we'll be back on Wednesday to talk about the Rangers game on another episode of Clean Sheet Advice, Texas Hockey Podcast.